Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jesse Fondora, and I am the Key Account Manager for Seabourn based down here in sunny Miami, Florida. This webinar is brought to you by our travel partners at the CruiseWeb and is focused on Seabourn's return to service this summer beginning in July of 2021. You may be familiar with our ultra-luxury fleet, starting with the Seabourn Odyssey, the Sojourn, and the Quest that are sister ships with 458 guest capacity. That is followed by the Encore class vessel with a 600 guest capacity and the Ovation, which is her sister ship. We do expect to receive a expedition vessel, the first expedition vessel in our fleet called the Seabourn Venture, with 132 suites, and that is scheduled to debut this winter in December. The Odyssey class vessels are identical, which means they have an identical layout. You'll see that our suites are forward and midship. 90% of the vessel have verandas. You'll also find that the public rooms are in the aft part of the ship. We do have a couple of window suites, but no inside suites on Seabourn. The larger Odyssey class has an additional deck versus, I apologize, the larger Encore class has a additional deck versus the Odyssey class vessels with a 600 guest capacity, and all suites here are veranda suites. The Encore and the Ovation are identical, being that they are a bit larger. They also have an additional dining venue called Sushi, which is our sushi restaurant. The Seabourn all-inclusive onboard experience means that all of our guests will have access to complimentary champagne, wines, and spirits that are available. In all of our suites, we will also have 2 bottles of spirits that are replenished. We have lots of spacious outdoor space because of our guest to passenger ratio, which is almost a 1-to-1. So it does feel almost like a private club atmosphere. We have world-class dining, whether it's in our main restaurant, the Colonnade, Earth and Ocean, or at our Chef Thomas Keller restaurant. Yes, we do have a Thomas Keller restaurant on board all 5 of our vessels. You may be familiar with Chef Thomas Keller as the owner of the French Laundry in Napa Valley and multiple restaurants throughout the country. All of our guests will have an opportunity to visit the Chef Thomas Keller restaurant on a 7-day voyage. We'll have at least one opportunity to dine at the TK Grill, as we call it. All of our suites are oceanfront. They are a average of 300 square feet plus veranda. That is the entry level. That is for the veranda and for the ocean view suites. Tipping is neither required nor is it expected. As I mentioned earlier, our staff is incredible, and they do have intuitive personalized service, which means they know they'll call you by your name. They know your preferred drink. It really does exceed our guests' expectations. Here's a fantastic image of our observation lounge on the Encore. So as you can see, it is country club casual. So we will require 1 formal night on every 7 days. That is in the main dining room and in the Thomas Keller Grill that evening. There are other dining venues should you choose not to dress up that evening. You can dine at Earth and Ocean. You can dine at the Colonnade or at the sushi restaurant on the larger Encore or Ovation. And also in-room dining is also an option for our guests. Here are the categories that we have available on all of our ships, starting with the veranda. As you'll see here, as I mentioned, it's 300 square feet plus the veranda space. The bathrooms have double sinks, a separate tub and shower. And again, that is the entry level along with the ocean view, which is identical, except obviously it does not have the veranda. As you get a little bit higher up, we have the penthouse suites. They're about 460 square feet. And then we move up to the signature and owner suites that can range from 500 to 800 square feet. And then you have the largest, which is the Winter Garden, which is almost 1,000 square feet. You can also add the adjoining veranda suite next to the Winter Garden for families. And here it does become over 1,000 square feet. This is also a midship suite, and it also includes that fantastic solarium that you see down there on the bottom right-hand side. So we have an accommodation for you. just speak with your cruise web advisor to help guide you on your selection of suites. Champagne and caviar are available at no additional cost. We serve Regis Ova caviar, which is the preferred caviar of Chef Thomas Keller. Many of our guests tend to request this caviar, perhaps before dinner as they're getting dressed in their suite. Again, it is included for all of our guests at no additional charge. If you enjoy the spa, we have a fantastic spa on board all 5 of our vessels. We do have a partnership with Dr. Andrew Weil, who you may recognize from Dr. Oz or from Oprah. He is our health and wellness guru and has developed a health and wellness program that's available on all of our ships. We, of course, also have a fantastic gym. We do yoga. There's also stretching that's available. Our spa offers a myriad of options from traditional massages to Thai massages, aromatherapies. You name it, we have it available for our guests on board the Seabourn vessels. We are the preferred cruise partner of UNESCO. So what that means is we do visit well over 150 UNESCO heritage sites, and we offer handcrafted shore excursions that give our guests special access to these World Heritage sites. So it could be the curator of a museum opening up early in the morning before it opens up to the general public, or perhaps in the evening. Or it could be in Ephesus, where we arrive in the evening and offer a champagne and a cocktail party out by the library with the Aegean Orchestra playing. What I really enjoy about this program is that a small donation is given to UNESCO to help preserve these sites. And to date, we've given well over $1 million to UNESCO to help preserve the sites. In a normal year, we do visit all 7 continents. Obviously, 2021 is a bit different and a bit challenging for us. So for 2022, we will have all of our itineraries that you see here available in 22 and in 23. And that will be from Antarctica up to the Arctic, Asia, South America, North America, as well as Europe. We will have world cruises and also grand voyages that visit the South Pacific and also circumnavigate South America. But our focus today is really on the return to service for this summer beginning in July. And the first vessel that we'll talk about is the Ovation, which is our newest vessel that was built in 2018. She will be returning to service in Greece. Now, we have developed 2 distinctly different, incredible Greece itineraries, starting with this that you see here, beginning this July 3rd. These are all round-trip Athens with really spectacular ports like Agios Nikolas, which is in Crete. And this is actually an image of the city. The ship actually docks just off the coast here of the downtown. And you have a beautiful promenade with restaurants and shops that are available. We also make stops in Cyprus. We visit the iconic Mykonos, and we visit Rhodes. Now, you'll notice that Rhodes is the itinerary that is repeated on both voyages. It's the only one. You'll notice also that these voyages that I'll show you are 7 days. So this is the first 7 days. The second 7 days is also round trip Athens, and here is the destinations. Visiting the historic Patmos, also again iconic Santorini. Mykonos and Santorini are some of those Greek island ports that you just don't get enough of, frankly. But as I mentioned here, you'll see Rhodes again, and obviously, if you take the 7-day itinerary, you will have 1 visit. If you do the full 14-day itinerary, you can take this day in Rhodes perhaps as a spa day, but you can combine both itineraries and make it a full 14 days. And here you have the itineraries here at the 14 days. My theory is that travel is a bit limited for 2021 on the cruise side, but Greek Isles never goes out of fashion, and to be in the Greek Isles in the summer really is an absolute treat. The second itinerary that we launched recently is in the Caribbean this summer, and that will be on the Seabourn Odyssey. Now here, similar to Greece, we will be offering 2 separate Caribbean itineraries. There will be round trip Barbados. On the left-hand side, you see here the July 18th, which is the first one, making stops in St. Lucia, Antigua, and Tortola. You also have a stop in St. Kitts on both itineraries, and we'll talk a moment why we're doing that. On the opposite side, you will see the second itinerary that begins the following week. Here as well, you can combine both 7 and 7 days to make a 14-day itinerary. And, these Caribbean islands, for the most part, some of them you don't have access to with the larger ships. So it can be potentially a different itinerary. I live down here in Miami, and I can tell you that the water temperature here in South Florida, as well as in the Caribbean, is very warm during the summer, probably in the mid to upper 80s. So it really is fantastic time to be in the Caribbean. Now, we are visiting St. Kitts on both itineraries, and that is because we are featuring our Caviar in the Surf experience. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with our Caviar in the Surf, but the ship will arrive early in the morning. The guests disembark into a private beach that you see here. In the afternoon, the early afternoon, the surfboard is taken out. We are served champagne and caviar right there on the shore side. And then we begin our beach barbecue, which also includes water activities, plenty of music, and it really is a fantastic time to just sit back and relax during the course of the 7 days. We will be offering a marina day as well. As you notice here, all of our ships have a small marina in the back, which is reminiscent of a private yacht or a personal yacht experience. When we drop the marina, and of course it is weather permitting, we will be able to offer kayaks, paddle boats, banana boats, water skis that you see there. And again, just something unique that we're able to offer from our fantastic ultra luxury ships. Now let's talk about our health and safety protocols. One thing I want to stress here is these are the health and safety protocols as of right now, as of May, as our President Josh Leibowitz says, if the ships were sailing today, these are what the health and safety protocols would be. Now, you'll notice that there have been lots of changes in just the past couple weeks. So I have no doubt that by the time we do begin sailing in July, these health and safety protocols will have changed and shifted. One thing that we do not expect to change is the fact that we will require that all guests be vaccinated when they sail. So that is regardless of age. Guests will have to be fully vaccinated, and they will have to travel 14 days after the last dose of the vaccine, which is something that I don't anticipate will have to change. Will change. And I also, we do expect to have the entire crew fully vaccinated as well. The onboard experience here, again, make sure that you're checking with your cruise web advisor for the latest updates on what the protocols will be, because again, as of today, we do intend to adhere to some physical distancing. Masks will be worn indoors unless eating or drinking. They'll also be required outdoors if physical distancing is not possible. What that means is we will not require you to wear your mask as you're sunning, but should you want to get up and go to the bar, there may be the opportunity or the chance that you are asked to put on your mask when you're at the bar, congregating with other guests. Enhanced environmental sanitation, frequent cleaning and disinfecting of the suites and the hard touch surfaces. So that would be the elevator, any doorknobs, the railings, all that will be constantly disinfected and cleaning. It already is, but we will have even more frequent cleanings there. We will also reduce our touch points. And what that means is if there's any touch screens or brochures or menus or magazines that are typically laid out, for example, in the Seabourn Square where multiple guests have access to, we will try to limit those. There'll be increased number of hand sanitize stations placed throughout the ship. And we have already improved and updated our ventilation system on both the on both the Ovation as well as the Odyssey, and we will be doing the same on the other ships before they begin to sail at some point, whether it's this year or next year. We do have a medical facility on board with a doctor and nurse, And of course, that will remain the same. We will have COVID-19 testing capabilities on board. And as I mentioned earlier, there will be enhanced protocols in the suites and dining and public areas as far as cleaning is concerned. You may see some changes that are implemented in the dining venues. Those are also in the Seabourn Square. So again, take this with a grain of salt because these are things that are as of today in May. Your cruise web travel advisor will be able to update you on what changes will you can expect as you begin to sail. And then, of course, the public areas, as we talked about, there should be some health and safety protocols that are in place here. And that includes the pool deck, the spa, fitness center, the grand salon, and the club. Now, on the voyages that I showed you that are sailing in 2021, we're offering our Book with Confidence program. And what that means is that you can cancel up to 30 days before the voyage to receive 100% of the future cruise credit of monies that you've paid to Seabourn. So if you're 30 days out and you decide that you don't want to sail for whatever reason, not a problem. Just contact your advisor and they will be able to cancel the reservations, and we will offer you a future cruise credit that you can use within a year. So you can use it for a voyage in 2022. We also have our Stay Connected program, and this is the internet. So if you are in a penthouse or premium suites, you will have unlimited internet. If you are in a veranda or an ocean view, you will have between 300 and 600 minutes per guest of internet that becomes available to you during the course of the voyage. And with that, I just want to say a special thank you. We are excited to be back this summer in sailing, and make sure that you talk to your cruise web advisor to tell you about the latest and greatest. They do have special offers that are available and that are exclusive to them. So make sure that you're talking to them about that. I hope you enjoyed this webinar, and we look forward to welcoming you on board the vessel. Have a great day.